Rawr, stuff, cool bird. Surrybot is good bot. Also Rar and Stuff Croc. And Traken. And Zamoth. And Rar. And Morgus. Bet also Rar. And Rar and Stuff Detective Basil. Rar and Stuff Zep and Zerafuse. And burp. Okay, I think that's all of them. Wait, no it's not. How could I forget to post in Wilds' Discord too? Oh, happy birthday, Zerafuse! Did you do anything cool today? Have any parties? Get any cake?
By fire and by blood, I join with thee in the order.
Join the Order of the Flame. Oh wait, that's Zep. Say the line, Bart.
10 months
Okay.
of subs. But there's no sandwich good enough.
Well, it depends on where you're getting your sandwiches. I wouldn't recommend Subway. Ryan Stuff Thera, Ryan Stuff BP. Thank you, Zep, for the resub and the 10 months. Three-month gift subscription courtesy of Crocodile has entered month 3. It's the last one. So you're going to have to enjoy those ads and the emote-free viewing as hard as you possibly can, because this is the last month. Rather eat Jimmy John's? I've never had Jimmy John's. I'm trying to remember, what was the one place? There was a sub place that my mom and I went to years ago. I can't remember what it was. Definitely wasn't Subway. I don't think it was Quiznos. What other sub places are there? Every time I go to Subway, it's like the lettuce is a little bit brown. Went to DQ with your friend? Awesome. Hung out with your mom? Hey, that's a good time too. What'd you get at DQ? Did you get the classic Blizzard, or did you go for something different? Man, I have not been to a Dairy Queen in so long. the chili dog. Like I said, I have not been to a Dairy Queen in so long. I know where some are around me. It's just never had a reason to go. Peanut butter pie? You are eating like a king tonight. I don't eat out that much anymore. Sometimes I'll get a thing from get like a pizza from Papa John's or something because it's cheap. I can get a whole pizza for like $9. Sometimes less. Because sometimes they have like a promotion thing going on. Like this year they're doing the thing where if the Texas Rangers get 7 or more points in a game, then pizza's half off the next day. And well, I can't watch the Rangers because they're not on any local channels. They're only on the the cable Fox Sports Southwest, I think, which I don't get anymore. I hope the Major League Baseball people, I hope they understand why baseball is no longer America's pastime. It's because nobody can freaking watch it. I'm not quite sure what the melody is, but that is a good birthday song. So I started reading that and I was like, happy birthday from all of us to you. that doesn't quite work. Don't either usually, but it was your birthday, and that is a good enough reason. Treated your friend at Dairy Queen, got him a blizzard, just wanted to share a birthday. Well, that's nice of you. Usually it would be your friend saying, hey, it's your birthday and I'm taking you somewhere. Get in the car, loser, we're going. But every once in a while I just get, well, actually not even every once in a while, almost like every other day, if not more than that, I get an email saying, hey, the Rangers did the thing, pizza's half off. And it's like, oh, I don't need pizza again. Ooh, a $20 Steam gift card. Nice. You got your eyes on any games? You're just gonna kind of hold it until in case you see something. You know, the summer sale ends like tomorrow, I think. He doesn't have a car. So, get in your car, loser. You're taking me somewhere. We're going to Dairy Queen and you're driving. Rollin', rollin', rollin'. Zep's watch streak is rollin'. Got the expansion to Tainted Grail. Oh, I like Tainted Grail and I never finished it. I think my save is on the other computer as well. Oops. Wait, no. If it is in my app data folder, I definitely have it. On the external. And $5 off something else. I never played Watch Dogs 2. I did play Watch Dogs 1 whenever Tracken gave me what was it? I think that was PS3. That was one of the games that I said that I wanted to get on it. And I liked it. It was good. The kind of wish that there were more cool cars to drive around. Alright, stuff Dr. Mono. But you are very welcome for the birthday wishes. In fact, I will have more for you next year. I saw a game on Steam that might be interesting, but the problem is, well, there was a demo during Next Fest, but unfortunately, since Next Fest had like 5,000 cigarettes demos, then it just was not possible to see any of the to filter through the stuff and find ones that were relevant to my interests. You want a fun car? Get a Ford Pinto. And go for a rear collision. You drive that sucker backwards and threaten everybody. Beep, beep. Alright, stuff Turkana. You have turned a young... You are 41 years young today. Maybe the mind just feels young. The body doesn't. Give it some time, the mind will catch up. But I saw a game on Steam called Meowgic, where you're cat wizards. And it says it's like Yap Yap, where you cast spells by saying the name of the spell. And you go around and you go into like places and you're just stealing all of their treasure. And it looks fun. However, there is one thing, and I'm a little on it about this. So that art on the whole thumbnail, it looks AI generated. However, there are threads in the discussion forums saying, hey, this looks like this is just AI slop, blah. And the guy said, it's not. We talked about this in Discord. And other people say, yeah, you showed a picture of you run the picture through a AI detector and it said it's not. I was like, oh, well, I could test that myself. And I ran that same picture through multiple other AI detectors, and every single one of them says not. It's not AI. It's real. But man, does it look like it has the style of it. However, I will say this. AI gets its stuff from other artists. And thus, the AI style came from somewhere. And it could be that this artist that they got for their art just uses that style. "41 isn't terrible, just turned 50. And Croc, well, he's Murder, She Wrote vintage." I saw the Epic Mickey games when those came out. Heck, there was a big like media marketing blitz on that. Because it was like, oh, look at this cool Disney game, but it's not just, cutesy Disney, it's epic. And nobody ever talked about it. AI has the sheen of Silicon Graphics rendered stuff. Your dad always hated her for some reason. My parents have a theory that the writer lady from Murder, She Wrote is actually the murderer in every single episode, and she's just framing every single person. That's why she's always there when it happens. He's a bigot and a misogynist, though. Oh, well, that's no fun. He's missing out. There are other good shows, and good movies and actresses. So I guess he doesn't like the movie Alien. Columbo vs. Murder, She Wrote. With the theory that, what's-her-face is the killer. Draco Kratel with the raid. I think you're going to be wrapping up so soon. Ryan Stuff Raiders, I am Cassedrian. We are just getting started. We're just getting started. We're going to be doing some Lost Odyssey. But right now, we're in the talky bits, where we just hang out and we talk. Overly tired today? Me too. You were playing Moonlight Pulse, which is like for those who are unaware, it's like this cool Metroidvania. You play as a blue wolf. Why blue dog? Who knows? But it's a water dog, so I guess technically you were playing as a Vaporeon. And the whole game is taking place inside like this gigantic, huge world turtle. And so, like, all of the areas and biomes are very, like, internal parts of this turtle. So it's a very unique setting, and the bad guys are like parasites and stuff trying to infect the turtle and kill it? Eat it? I don't know. But it's a pretty cool looking game. I will say that it could do with a little bit better of explanations sometimes. So there was a period yesterday, I think, that Draco was stuck in one spot because at no point did the game ever tell you have to equip these items before they will be active. It's just said, here's a thing, it will protect you from the bad. And it's like, oh, cool. Water dog, electric sheep, and fire critter? And a steel gopher. But do robots dream of Charlotte? I'm not really sure what Clyde is. Mech suit. It's the only thing that matters. But yeah, it's a Metroidvania. You have multiple characters, and they each have their own separate health bars. You switch between them on the fly. They each have their own different move sets, their own abilities, and sometimes, like a platforming challenge might require you to do some rapid swapping of characters to use different abilities to get somewhere. I own a bread company, but I am planning to fire all the bakers and stop buying flour. Good business plan? One might say that your business would be cooked. Ryan Stuff Teen. You could sell your business and then be rich enough to join the upper crust of society. Whee! Blah 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 blah. You don't actually own the games on Steam, you just have a license to them. Correct. Do the pun like Horatio Kane from CSI Miami. Alright, hang on. Gotta do this correctly. Do that and your business is cooked. Yeah! Amazing. Yeah, that's basically how video games have worked since forever. Is that even whenever you had the physical copy, you just have a license. It's just they can't take the physical copy away. Digital, on the other hand, they can, and they can just say, "Oh, you no longer have this license." And I think that's dumb and stupid. Like the Jim Carrey version where he does an imitation of Horatio. I have never seen that. But knowing Jim Carrey, I bet it's great. Now, I was actually talking with Salik in his stream back on the weekend, I think. And we got on the subject of like the stop killing games and the stuff that they're fighting for, and he did present some. Here I am presenting. He did present some stronger arguments. Clang. The double the anvil, wobble wobble. Splat. What was the second one? Why was there a second clang? Well, I guess there was a second clang because I guess I... Hang on. There we go. Fully naked. Whoopah. But he was saying that some of the things about how there were some softwares that were like trade secrets and stuff that if there's like some software that's not made by the developers, but they were using that was like made by somebody else, and those people might not want their software to have to be released at the game's end of life, for like, server stuff. And that's something that I can see as being a very difficult problem that Stop Killing Games is going to have to deal with. They're going to have to come up with an answer to that. And I wish the ESA reps that are going in front of the various councils and peoples to talk about, no, this is what Stop Killing Games is doing is evil. And do you know why? Because on private servers, someone might groom children. Therefore, it can never be allowed, ever, under any circumstances. This thing could happen. So, are they saying that it can't happen on retail servers? Where are the parents when this is happening? Complaining to the government, saying, you need to do you need to raise our kid for us, because I don't want to. It's your job. So yeah, they need to be presenting
will never get boring.
These actual problems and saying, okay, here is a reason why your plan will not work. It's because I got a dragon fruit right here, and you can't have it. But you want to have it, but it's mine. And just his explanation of that was so much better than anything that the ESA has presented. And I would like Stop Killing Games to address that, because they're gonna have to. But until the ESA brings it up as a reason why it's not feasible to release games to the public once they have decided they don't want to sell it anymore. Did you guys hear about the bill where it says you have to upload your driver's license or subject yourself to facial scan? Which one? That's like the new hotness right now. The thing that I think is funny about that is that the bill for that, or at least one of them, is that that'll be for like every operating system needs to have some kind of ID, facial recognition, age verification. I guarantee you the people that created that have no idea what an operating system is or how many things run them. Most recently one that would be nationwide, Kids Act. So, imagine you fire up your computer. It wants your ID. Turn on your phone. It wants your ID. Turn on your TV. It wants your ID. Fridge? ID. Everything has a freaking operating system. Your car? It wants your ID. People are going to get sick of that real fast. At least I would hope so. But I seem to have way more faith in humanity than is deserved.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Ren Tintin the Wise? I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend.
I've heard the tragedy of Rikki Tikki Tavi. I don't know if he was a Darth though. Just Chinese social credit score in another way. Well, that's it's good for the companies that harvest all the data that they can sell, because now we are required to hand it to them. And it gives government more control, and they like that. And there's definitely not going to be any problems or drawbacks to this clever scheme. In our day, they wouldn't let us buy mature games unless the parents bought it for us. Ricky Tikki was a Sith Lord? Yes. See, I never even tried to buy mature-rated games whenever I was a kid, so it was something that I never I never ran into that problem. It's a situation that never came up. I think the first mature-rated game I ever owned was Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. But it was teen when I bought it. And they only bumped it up to mature because someone found booby textures in the game files. And the ESRB is like, what? Where I grew up, somewhere in the US of A, they never checked our ID for M-rated games or R movies. I'm trying to think, did I ever go see an R-rated movie in theaters? Don't think so. Rented them all the time from Blockbuster though, and they never asked. Used to tell our parents about a game that you wanted to buy, and then our parent didn't buy it. Aww. That's not what happens today. And you would think that parents today would be a lot better informed about what games are than, you know, parents of my generation. Of course, my dad was somewhat of a gamer, just a little bit. Not as much as I was, and am, but just a little bit. So he knew his way around an Atari. It was much easier to sneak into R-rated movies when you were a kid in the 90s compared to today. Yeah, you just buy a ticket for something, and then take a little detour to someplace else. You would think that involves using brain matter. But since, we grew up with video games, a lot of parents these days, or at least I would hope a lot of parents these days, are somewhat familiar with gaming in general and know whenever their kid says, hey, I'd like to play blah, 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 they would, oh, let me just look that up real quick. Let me see what this game's all about. Oh, it's this kind of game. You bet we're gonna get it, and I'm playing it too. Never did buy. You had friends that did. Blah, 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 blah. Has microtransactions. Gamble boxes. Battle passes. This is the time I wanted to play mature rated games. Or most of the time I wanted to play mature games. I went to a friend's house. That too. Which begs the question of how they had it. I think one of my friends did have Mortal Kombat on the Genesis, because even though the Super Nintendo one looked better, The Genesis one is the one that had the code. Got lucky if I got 1 or 2 games a year as a kid. Yes! Got 25 cents for power washing the cow poop off the dairy stalls once a day. Went to my cousin's a lot. He's 6 months ago me, and his parents always worked a lot, so they always bought him whenever he wanted. So that's how you got to play most of them. Murder, She Wrote, the game, mature content, or very mature AO. It teaches you how to commit a murder. It is a true murder simulator. You'd find Jurassic Park, the game for Xbox 360. It's great. Jurassic Park, Xbox 360. Alright, there is a page for it on Amazon, but let's see. No. You know what? I should have added Metacritic to the search. Alright, what you got? Are you sure? Metascore 54, user score 4.8. And it's $179 on Amazon. Yeah, that's gonna be a big nope. Are you serious about that being a great game? Because it must be different than the one that I found. Watch a trailer? Yeah, I'll do that off stream. But I will take out my little notebook and notepad, and I go ahead and scribble that down. There you go. Jurassic Park X360. There. And I hopefully will remember to check that out later. You got mature games. Once upon a time, I bought Manhunt for the PS2. Woof. I've heard of the game. It has a reputation, and I've seen like some video clips of it. Yeah, that one's a bit much. In fact, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, like you said, that was an M-rated game, so I don't even need to look it up. It definitely was. I don't think I would enjoy that kind of game. See, I didn't like how Grand Theft Auto went from very cartoony, unrealistic to very more realistic, just like in the way everything handles, the way everything reacts, the way characters look and move and behave. And then in Grand Theft Auto 5, which I still don't know why I bought that game, but in GTA 5, there's the torture scene, and at that point I was done. Dropped GTA after San Andreas. See, that was the smart move. San Andreas is where it peaked. San Andreas was amazing. I 100%ed that game. Yes, even the stupid remote control flying airplane. Vice City has the best soundtrack. Also agreed. I did like San Andreas' soundtrack though, but Vice City had it had a lot of stuff that just sort of tickled the nostalgia. Also, it had a really cool Back to the Future mod. where you could get the DeLorean, and it could actually travel between 2 different time periods. There was like the past and the future, but also it was like tracking in real time. So if you like remote control drove the car, you set the little time thingy to, you know, zap the car 5 minutes into the future, and then sent it on its way. It will take 5 real-time minutes before it shows back up again. And you can specify exactly how far you want it to go. It's a very cool mod. Also, the DeLorean was a cool looking car. But with I guess the thing that I really liked about the GTA games is I just like the driving and kind of the very free form, just go around and faff about in the city and whatever you want to do, and I like that. And then the driving was not fun in GTA 4, and then 5 comes out and I just hated it. Grand Theft, Auto Vice City had the best music. Didn't in the earlier GTA games they just like compose their own music for the different radio stations instead of licensing stuff? Oh, you guys remember whenever they altered the copies of San Andreas on Steam to remove some of the songs that they had lost the licenses for? It was a bit of an enlightening wake-up call about just how volatile and fragile our libraries can be whenever they can just, you know, years after the fact reach in and just I'm going to take some of this content out. Yeah. The 80s will never die. I hate to break it to you, but they're gone. The world is a very different place. But the music is still good. And speaking of music being still good, we got some losting Odysseying to do. So, whoosh. That was just another segue-ish. There's just some way to lead into this. He will never die because of the music and the movies. Okay, yeah. Also fantastic movies. All right, last time we found our wife. And so now our party is getting a little bit full. Oh yeah, we also, let's see. Wait, I can just dang it, backed up too far. Items. Slot seeds. Bop, bop. And she is 1 slot shy from everybody else. So Sarah is another mage. Because we needed another mage. But I guess it makes sense that you know, she's a mage and Kime's a fighter, so the two of them would they mesh well together. Oh my, you found Sarah. I was getting so worried. This is Kilon, the protective deity for our village. Are you here to pay your respects? Yeah, sure, we'll pay our respects. Oh no, did I just... Oh no, what have I done? Pay your respects to the Kilolon statues spread throughout Tosca village. Press A while standing in front of a Kilolon statue to pay your respects. In some areas, villagers may block the way to statues. They'll eventually go away, opening the way up for you. Try to visit as many as you can before time expires. The minigame ends after you have visited every statue or when time runs out. To quit the minigame at any time, talk to the girl in the middle of the village. Okay, we'll do this maybe once. As a reward for your piety, you will receive an item based on how many statues you visit. After you receive a certain item, you cannot go back and earn it again. One. Oh, yeah, okay. Two. Three. I can't remember if there's one up here. Climbing. Well, we know there are 16. Oh, there's several of them up here. 4. And you're saying we got 4 minutes to do this? We're nearly halfway done already. What about one in the end? Oh, this one was hiding back here. 7. Okay, so there's the one that's upstairs. Halfway done. Can't remember if there was one in here. There's a cat. There. We have paid our respects to the cat. Leave! Leave! We're on the clock! Leave! Now they're standing in front of that other house. Don't block the doorways. Wait, I see it. Hiding back here. 10. You didn't have any up here, did you? No. Okay. There is a cat, but it is sleeping, and I don't want to bother it. Kitty! Alright, got you two. Excuse you, sir. Oh my, the ladder's broken. This will take a while to patch, I say. Can I get past him? Oh, guess there's no past to get. How did I get to the waterfall? Oh, this way. No? Ah, jump. And jump. $13. There's only 3 left. Did you two move? What should I make for dinner tonight? It's getting hard to think of something new every day. Oh, that reminds me. It's hard work. Kids, they're so picky and they cry. Where are you going? The Kilons are inside the village city limits. Look, I've only got like a minute and a half left. Could you guys please move? This is kind of bullshit. Is he gonna move it 1 minute? What are you supposed to do here? Is this seriously just sit around and wait? Here, the ladder's broken. This is stupid. Oh, good, he's leaving. So how do you do this then? Well, that's 14. Time's up! Dang. People blocking my... I hope you enjoyed your quest. Now that you've paid your respects to a total of 14, well done. Kilon is overjoyed to see such a pious worshipper. Here is your reward. May the blessings of Kilon be with you. 3 Kilon hearts, 1 slot seed that's going straight to our wife, a seal blocker, slot seed. We do need to find those last 2. I want to see how many are in this house. All right, there's that one up there. And you got any upstairs, or is it just the one? Okay, so there's one that I haven't found yet. I kind of want to do full completion on this. I'm wondering if I just need to get to this house faster, and that those 2 ladies, they kind of park themselves there and don't move. Save point. There wasn't one up here, was there? Climb. 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 Uppies. Oh, there is. Okay, that's where the last one is then. Okay. So what would happen if I'm inside the house when those ladies just park themselves in front of it? Can I just not get out anymore? Yep, we're here to pay our respects again. Nope, no need for tutorial. Alright. So if we have just wreaths left over, what do we do with them? Do we just chuck them in the trash? And the guy that's fixing the ladder, he's definitely the last one that you do. Check over here at the bridge. Okay, they've moved, and they are in front of the house now. Hopefully they'll move away from the house whenever I place all the others. Oh, okay, fine. I see. I see. Guys standing in front of that ladder, too. Why is this horse here? Munch, munch. It's just horse! I got that one already? Okay. Epona! Or Epona! Not quite. It's the wrong color. Sounded like her. Probably a stock horse sound effect. Move! You still over here? Okay, you're done with that ladder. Who keeps breaking all these ladders? That's 14. Oh, they did move! So, yep, that's what we had to do. We had to find the last ones. Or the last one, singular. And then they stepped away from the doorway. Thanks. Thanks much. With a full minute to spare. Oh, the ladder's broken again. This'll take a while to patch up. It'll take me about 40 seconds. You just watch him, stare at him. Stare. I feel like once you get to the last one, this guy should just move. Regardless of how much time is left on the clock. It is literally the last one. Alright, go. Go. Move. Move it. You're in my way, sir. Oh, he moves at 20 seconds. Nope, nope, shut up, shut up! Done. Boy, that last one is tight. I hope you enjoyed your quest. All of them. Every single one. Amazing. Gamble. Oh boy. There's a spell I'm probably not going to use. What do? I think it looks like spirit magic. Yeah. Inflicts a random amount of damage on one enemy. Yep. Never touching that one. We are saving, though, so that we never have to do that again. Now, there was another treasure that we can go get from... what was it called? North Cape? That last memory we got at the end of the last stream told us about a treasure here. Pretty sparkly. Where's the loot? Found it. And we get Ailment Void. Is that like an Asuna? Oh, increases one party member's ability to evade status ailments. You better do it by a whole lot, because otherwise we're already like... Oh, this is the cliff. Oh no, we're about to unlock a memory, aren't we? Miriam used to play here all the time. It was her favorite place. You remembered that? No, it was written in the diary. We went to Lyram's favorite spot again today. I guess it also had very detailed directions on where that was. She must have loved all the flowers that bloom here. Mom was the same way as a grown-up. She always took care of those flowers. Oh? Okay, no. No memory. Good. Good. Gungora was here. His magic took Lyram away from us. Gungora. Wait, I just saw that. Sparkle. Cubic music score 4. Did we miss one?
You know Gongora?
Wait, that's not it. Valuables. Oh, no, we didn't miss one. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And of course we know Gorgonzola. He is a truly hammy actor. And very cheesy lines. Black Cave, the sealed gate. We're going to the Esper world, everybody. No. You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm probably never going back to that save file because it's been so long now. I had contemplated maybe going back and doing a little bit of shopping before the city gets closed off to us completely, but no. That was like 2 streams ago, and then I'd have to replay everything afterwards. Black cave. Alright, it's a little spooky. Okay. It's a little spooky, but it doesn't look that bad. A little spooky.
Oh, don't worry. Nothing will happen. It's okay.
What is this? Goats and soldiers?
Were they coming to recruit men from the village?
I imagine so.
Ooh, they're
Hey,
pretty.
wait a minute. I thought you said the cave critters would leave us alone if we didn't bug them. Liar.
That's what they were supposed to do.
Something's not right here. I sense something. Something terribly ominous.
Stay alert!
Oh, but I want to. I like the glowy bats. They're neat.
Let your guard down, eh?
I'm sorry. Who are you in the back? Yeah. Night Flyer, Dark Sorcerer. Power up. And composite. We don't have the thing that tells us what element they are, right? Okay. Well. Oops, all flares. And you don't have composite, so I guess you could just prism. I wonder if that just pushed his casting to the next turn. Does he just keep going poke, 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 poke? Sure did. Good. Also good. Also, apparently these bats are very weak. You just keep poking him. He's never gonna finish casting that. Aha! Bat. Very bright bats. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did he blow himself up? Wait, what's he doing? Okay, I don't like the counterattack thing he's doing. That's kind of bad. And I'm glad that it only hit her, though. Okay. Time for the baps. And heals. Perfect. Good. I wonder why he countered with all flare on himself and then all winded us. That seems like it wasn't supposed to happen. Level up for everybody. So can we have one of those cool bats? Just have that as our team mascot?
Alright, who said they wouldn't attack? Because it wasn't me!
Some mysterious power was driving them, making them attack us. Didn't you feel it?
Didn't you see the evil sorcerer?
But why?
It must be magic energy.
You mean Gongora?
Curse that magic energy. It's the source of all of our problems.
Not necessarily. Couldn't it be that this world's natural magic energy is having some kind of effect?
All right, is there treasure over here? It's hard to tell because the camera's pulled a bit far back and it's kind of cluttered. This place is terrifying. No wonder it's called the Black Cave. Without any light, there's no telling what horror awaits. The poison's eating away at my body. My friends were killed by monsters.
Dragon fruit.
Light. If only I had some light. Rise of Salak. Ah, the light. What's that? The last thing this dead soldier wrote, it appears. The Black Cave, is that anything like the black, you mean the Blago? We've been banished to the Blago. Oh, there's shiny down there. And shiny up there. But no shiny where we are.
If it's a fight you want, you got it.
More of those bats, please. They're easy to deal with. Oh, okay. This is just the exact same grouping. Good. Perfect. He missed anyways. Perfect. Miss. I wonder if that's the bait. Whole bunch of enemies that are really weak but extremely dodgy. So you'll just use your AoEs and hit them all, and then the sorcerer guy in the back is like, haha, you activated my trap card.
I'm okay.
I'm okay, she says as casting. So it's a weird incantation. So yeah, we only killed one bat that time. 2 of them dodged. So just light those 2 on the side. Good. Miss. Yeah, I'm starting to think that's the gimmick. Is make these bats really dodgy. So you just use your AoE nukes on them and wipe them all out, but then provoke the sorcerer in the back. Oh! Did they blind me? Ah, found their weakness. Okay. Oh, you can't, you don't have that. You know, just defend. You seem to be their favorite anyways. No, you defend, you defend. You don't have black either. Whoops. I thought I said flare, but it didn't actually ask me for targeting. Okay. Yep, defend, defend, defend. And defend. Aqua. I don't think defend actually reduces damage from magic. Because that hurt. Well, time for the beating. Good. Perfect. Oh, he's still alive. Okay, so I think the plan for this fight is to go ahead and use all flare, kill all the bats, and then just not deal with, just not worry about the counterattack. Kaim has learned Composite Magic 1. And you were getting that off of an item you had. Okay. Equipments. One point away from Spirit Magic 3. Which I believe you are working on just through the skill link. Oh, no, you're working on level 4 Spirit Magic. Well, screw part 3. Oh, you're trying to learn white magic from Cook, and she's not in the party. So you should probably switch to Spirit. Also. Kaim's a real good out-of-combat healer because his MP isn't used for much of anything else. There we go. And he just gets his MP back by slapping enemies. Treasure. Stone Beast's Thorn. Whoa. An Anonymous throwing down some gift subs. Thank you, Anonymous. Just kicking off a hype train right away. Oh, thank you so much. Ainwolf. Ait King. Atakash. Dracana. Oh wait, there's letters being cut off. Cane Wolf. Cane Wolf. Night King. Atakash. Dracana. And Zerafuse. Enjoy the ads and the emote-free viewing. And enjoy the hype train. We're just gonna keep on rocking, though. What is here? Nothing? Nothing is here? Okay. Why can I? Oh. Maybe I should turn off the game music for now. For the next couple of minutes. Alright. We are going to execute plan Stinkin' Bats. And this is a plan where we go composite magic, all flare, all the time, and you Wait. Who would go first? So if I go white, all barricade, be 1G. Okay, yeah, okay. Good. This'll work. So composite, all flare, spell, white, all barricade. Hit the front row, please. They're blocking for a reason. And now we are barricaded up so that doot, continue, and doot. Lirin Bappies. I need to get an emote, one of those Bappy emotes. Wind! Wait, I wonder if that time that he blew himself up with a flare is... Okay, yeah, this is... That's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Defend. Perfect. Only good. And defend. Alright, we solved this fight. So anytime the game wants to throw this group at us, we're ready. Also, we're getting more tape and beat. We're getting sticky tape, sticky beats, and sticky perfumes. Level 4 spirit, and Ming level 4 spirit. Also, Ming has learned anti-dizzy, and Seth has got anti-blind. I feel like that anti-blind might actually come in handy in here. Anything at all? No. Here we go. Earth Charm. It's something, I guess. Are you still working on... Oh, wait. No, you're not. This is done. MP. That's like one big spell or several smaller ones. Hype train success! And I've collected all of the hype train emotes already, so thank you, Anonymous, for the hype train and the gift subs. Enjoy the ads and the emote reviewing, everyone who received it. Back to the adventure. Although the adventure never stopped because we were just going through the music. What should I give her? Medusa head. Skill links. Can we get anything else from Mac? We got level 4 spirit. Don't really need anything below that. Slightly increases the GC of the front row. Well, we do that by blocking. I think it might be better if we go ahead and shuffle people around. Mac, you're out. Cookie, you're in. Back row. And I guess you can learn mental stability. Nobody's learning casting support, though. That ability is dumb. You already have level 4 white. Boost the amount of HP restored by healing magic. Now, question. Is it healing received or healing done? Kind of matters. Learn prayer. Yep. Oh. Why this one and not the other one? Time recalls a memory that was locked deep within his heart. A new dream has been revealed. I dream of Genie with the light brown hair. The tragedy of Darth Plagueis. The Butcher General. Everyone knows this general as the Butcher. He's strong in battle, a skilled tactician. He has mastered the techniques of turning the specifics of topography and timing to his advantage. He is outstanding above all in the skills of an individual warrior. Victory on the battlefield, however, does not lead straight to butchery. Many generals have been nicknamed for their military prowess: the victorious, the indomitable, the invincible. But only one is known as the Butcher. Do you know why that is, Kaim? The general asks as he gloats over the vast mountain of corpses. Kaim doesn't reply. He entered the fray as a mercenary, but his exploits far outclassed those of the regular troops. For the general to call a man into his presence and speak to him face to face is apparently an honor beyond even most officers' wildest dreams. But not just from winning battles, the general goes on. That would be too simple. Just kill the enemy general, take the big one's head, and the battle's over, right? Kaim nods in silence. This is how the battle should have ended instead of continuing for 3 days. The enemy general proposed surrender on the first day. He offered his head in exchange for the lives of his men and the villagers. But the Butcher rejected the offer and continued his all-out attack on the enemy that had lost the will to fight, annihilating them in the process. The last day was used to burn down the forest to which the unresisting villagers had fled. The real battle doesn't end when you raise the victory song of the battlefield. If even one person survives, the seed of hatred lives on. I'm talking about the desire for revenge. Nothing good can come from leaving that behind. You must cut the cause of future troubles at the root. This is why the troops under the general's command killed the young men of the village after they were through exterminating the enemy troops. They also killed the unarmed old people. They killed the mother fleeing with children in her arms. They killed the children they stripped from the mother's corpses. Do you think me cruel, Kaim? I do, Kaim answered, nodding. The officers gathered around them went pale, but the Butcher himself smiled magnanimously and went on. You didn't do any of those things, I gather. My job is to kill soldiers on the battlefield. My contract doesn't call for anything else. And I'm saying that is a foolish line of thinking. The soldiers you killed have brothers and children. Do you plan on going on living in fear of their revenge? That is sheer stupidity. If you wipe out the entire family, you can live without such worries, you see. The general laughs uproariously, and the surrounding officers all smile in response. Kaim, however, his expression unchanged, starts to walk away. Where are you going, Kaim? We're through talking, aren't we? My contract is ended. Oh, never mind that. Just wait. When the general says this, several soldiers stand to block Kaim's way. Listen, Kaim. I've had reports of your performance on the front lines. What do you say to fighting under me from now on? You can exploit your martial talents to the full. Not interested. What's that? I will never draw my sword on an unarmed opponent. The Butcher is momentarily taken aback. Oh, the shock written clearly on his face, in marker. You still don't understand, do you? You should try reading a little history. You'll find that hatred only breeds more hatred. That is what inevitably brings down the most prosperous nations and powers, which is why I make absolutely sure to sever it at the root. If you ask me, General, War and butchery are two different things. What are you? Same goes for valor and brutality. You, a lowly mercenary, dare to lecture me? Let me tell you something about hatred too, General. It doesn't evaporate from cutting off a life. It remains. In the earth, in the clouds, in the wind. I've lived my life in that belief, and I intend to go on doing so. You stupid. Butchery is the work of cowards. That is what I believe. Where do you get the nerve? The general glares at Kime, and his men draw their swords. At that very moment, from within the scorched forest come the cries of soldiers. Here are some. 5 of them still left. No, 6 over there. They went that way. Distracted by the shouts, the general commands his men. Hurry, capture them. Don't let even one of them get away. Hurry, hurry, you can't let them escape. The men blocking Kime begin to fidget, and none of them thinks to stop him as he calmly walks away. Do you hear me? You must not let them escape. If even one of them gets away, I'll have your heads, all of you. The general's calls are clearly those of a coward. The butcher presided over many battles after that, and he burned countless villages to the ground, butchering all their inhabitants. Then, one night, something happened. The general felt a strange itching sensation on the back of his hand. It was different from an ordinary insect bite or skin eruption. It was deeper down. It felt like a kind of squirming. Well, this is odd. He clawed at his skin, but the itch would not subside. It was very strange. There was no redness or swelling or sign of a rash. Maybe I touched a poisonous moth. The general had burnt yet another village to the ground that day. Surrounded by a beautiful countryside, the village in times of peace had been extolled as the flowering hamlet. In keeping with the name, the villagers poured their energies into cultivating flowers of many hues, and the ones in full bloom in this particular season had the color of the setting sun. Indeed, the entire village looked as if it had been dyed the color of a beautiful afterglow. This was the village that the general burned down with flames far redder than any sunset. The villagers, who ran in circles begging for their lives, he killed one at a time. Far redder than the sunset, far redder than the flames, was the blood that soaked into the earth. But this is how it always is. I didn't do anything special today. Shaking the hand that refused to stop itching, the general took a swallow of liquor. And in that moment, it happened. Tearing through the thin skin of the back of his hand, a number of small grain-like things emerged from within. No blood flowed, no pain accompanied them. Exactly the way plants sprout from the earth. No, the things that covered the back of his hand before his very eyes were unmistakably plant sprouts. Horrified, the general took a razor to the back of his hand and tried to shave the things off. When the blade came in contact with them, however, they gave off the sound of human moans. Sounds exactly like the moans of human before dying in agony as his entire body is slashed by swords. Or like the moan of a person who's being burned alive. Shut up, damn you! Shut up, you hellish! Holding the razor in one hand to shave the other, he could not cover his ears. His body was soaked in a greasy sweat by the time he succeeded in shaving the horrible things from the back of his hand. To salve his own anger, he shouted for the men who were supposed to be guarding him. Where the hell have you been? Sir? You should have come running when you heard unusual voices coming from my tent. This is your job as my guards. The guards gave each other puzzled looks. The first replied hesitantly to the general. Forgive me, sir, we were standing just outside the entrance. We never heard any such... The general glared at his guards, enraged, but after struggling to keep his welling anger in check, he shouted, Never mind then, get out! He was too upset to waste time on subordinates. Almost immediately, the itching attacked the back of his hand again. This time it was not limited to his hand. His flanks, his shoulders, his buttocks, behind his knees, his whole body started to itch. Alone again, the general tore off his night clothes and inspected his entire body in the moonlight seeping through the roof of the tent. The things were sprouting from everywhere now, and some even had leaves beginning to grow on them. The general raised a soundless scream and began wildly attacking the growths wherever he could reach them. Each one he cut from his body released a horrible moan. Horrible, horrible, horrible. His bed sheets turned green before his eyes, and soon the numberless sprouts were transformed into numberless human corpses. They covered not only his bed, but the whole earth, before they melted into the darkness of night and vanished. One sleepless night followed another in endless succession. And horrible things kept sprouting from his skin, however much he cut them off. Ointments had no effect. He tried taking every poison-quelling tablet he could get his hands on, but nothing worked. He could not speak of this to his subordinates. If a rumor spread that strange plants were sprouting from the butcher's body, it would embolden his enemies and discourage his allies. One night his subordinates might even try to take his head. Or one of his subordinates might even try to take his head at night. His cowardice had earned him the name of the Butcher, and that same cowardice was what turned the general into a lonely, isolated man. He had no one he could tell about this. Each night the general would wage his lonely battle, though perhaps it could not be called a battle precisely. The things merely sprouted from his body, put up no resistance, and when he took the razor to them, they would simply moan and fall away. What the general was engaged in on his own was less a battle than lonely butchery. Several more nights went by. Sprouting continued with undiminished force. A single fortunate aspect, perhaps, was that the things only sprouted in places on his body where the general could reach with his razor. This could as well have been a curse, however. The general had no choice but to go on shaving the things precisely because he could reach them. Precisely because he was able to perform the butchery by himself. He could not call for help. His lonely butchery continued. His sleepless nights continued. The general's flesh wasted away. Why is this happening? The general asked himself. Why did this have to happen to me? What did I ever do to deserve this? This is a time of war. I'm here on a battlefield. I have to kill the enemy in order to survive. In order to give myself future peace of mind, I have to kill them all, both armed and unarmed. It is simple common sense. The general all but spit out the words. All I have done is the sensible thing in the most sensible way. Went to the shower and this dream is still happening. They tend to take a little while, yes. This night, again, the sprouts emerged from his body. This night again, the general had to shave them off. Again, the countless moans. Again, the countless bodies. Again, he heard the cock crow to announce the end of night. Again, the general passed the night without the comfort of sleep. The general's body, once superbly conditioned on the battlefield, withered away before his own eyes. But more than his body, his mind became unstable. He spent his days sprawled out on his bed. Eyes open or closed, he would see images of his past scenes of butchery. Now he began to recall the words of a skilled but insolent mercenary. Hatred doesn't evaporate from cutting a life. It remains in the earth, the clouds, in the wind. The general wanted to see that man again. To see him and ask him, have I been wrong all these years? The man himself, a man of few words, would probably not answer his question. Still, the general wanted to see him again, that mercenary, that kind fellow. The sun went down, the night gradually deepened. As always, the itching started and the plants began to sprout. But the general, grasping the razor in fingers that now looked like withered branches, no longer had the strength to shave them off. His back began to itch. This was the first time the things had sprouted someplace beyond his reach. As if they had been waiting for this opportune moment. Sprawled on his bed, the general let the razor drop from his hand. Enough. I don't care anymore. The sprouts kept growing, creeping over him. And before long, they had covered him completely. At that point, his back split open, and an unusually large sprout emerged. By dawn, the sprout had fully matured and before the cock crowed, it produced a single blossom, the color of an evening afterglow. Many long years have passed. Visiting the old battlefield, Kime finds a flower garden there. Blooming in profusion are flowers of clearly different shape and color than the ones along its border. Beside the garden stands a stone monument inscribed with the garden's history. In this place, a great general met his end. He was known as the Butcher. He died suddenly one night, and from his body grew many flowering plants. These were evening flowers, a blossom unique to the village the general had burnt to the ground. An ancient legend tells us that the seeds of the evening flower lodged in the bodies of those who nourish hatred in their breasts, and the roots of the plant feed the flowers with the person's flesh. The garden's flowers, the color of the setting sun, sway in a gentle breeze. Kime stands there for a time, gazing at the countless flowers given birth by hatred before walking on in silence. It is said in the very center of the garden lies a disintegrating suit of armor, but no one ever found it. Then end. I think that's like the first one of these little dream stories that had any kind of like a magical element to it. What is this? Zagan, and IDE? And motherboards haven't used IDE in a long time. Get out of here. No, I'm just gonna go in. We're going in swinging. Try flare. You try water. And you try wind. Good. Roar! Attack power increased. Hopefully he dies soon. Wind! Okay, they're weak to wind. Now we know. Jamming! What'd that do? What'd that do? Alright, everybody, oops, all wind. Stare. Oh! Everybody? Oh, nope. Only Cook. Oh, an AoE petrification. That's kind of cool. Miraculously, it only affected one person. Try fire. You try water. And wasn't wind, so try earth. Good. Hex. Eyes. The party is cursed, and the whole party is cursed, actually. I have no idea what curse does. I can cast it, though. It never works, but I can cast it. Doesn't seem to be weak to any element.
You're no match for me.
Level ups. Wait, wait. We jump! Okay, this is a dead end over here. Treasure? 3 giant feelers. We found the feels. I haven't looked at ring assembly in a good long while. Got anything in here that we can make? Nothing? Nothing new? Make a fear ring. Oh, I probably should have made the numbing ring. That, well, it doesn't matter. It's all status effects and thus never works. Hang on. Hop! Treasure. A seed. Looks like we get new items every 20 seeds. So it's gonna be a little while before we get another one, because we have one now. What's that thing? It's all lit up. Oh, I've got one of those in VR chat. They're fun. Oh, it's a firefly. Those are pretty rare. It's a kind of insect that lights up in the dark. If you're gentle to them, they can be used as light. I'm not so sure about this. Oh, stop being such a wimp. Here, put one on your shoulder. See? It'll stay there. In a cave like this, you never know where the pitfalls might be. It can be pretty dangerous, so we need to protect our light sources. Oh no. Is that going to be the gimmick? There's going to be something, there's going to be like frogs that eat our fireflies or something? Boop. Yep. We can interact with the thing to get another firefly if we need to. What are these things? It's weird little... I guess they're supposed to be lanterns? Cass! Squish the snoot and Billy Rubbo! Rar stuff say to the cat. Blip. Except that wasn't really a blep, but still a blep. 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 You gotta boop the snoot. So... Ow. 3-string streak!
I'm always ready.
Now, these guys again? Okay, they were weak to wind, I think. Hey, Seth, you just defend. Get a little bit of health back. Raw! 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 Oops, I need to be doing the thing.
I love how they taste.
I get Durg fruit. You're going to be waiting for the other Durgs, though. It's kind of a quiet night tonight, so you may be waiting a little while. Peeks around the lurk corner. Right stuff, Sage. Better idea, better idea. You. Black. Since this guy in the back isn't weak to any particular element, I'm just going to hit him with magic missiles. Perfect. No crashing in today. Put yourself in the lurk corner because you don't feel well. Oh, you coming down with something? She was defending. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, this guy just has really high magic defense. That's all. That's doing nothing. Ooh, Prisma. Ow. But also colorful. We don't have a res spell. Still. This guy just needs to die. Just needs to die very quickly. Good. Hex. Oh no, we're all cursed. Whatever that means. Okay, good, he died. The dairy and the mac and cheese you ate and not sitting. Oh. Do you have a history of lactose intolerance? Well, right now Mac is sitting out of the party in my team. Angel Heart. You have level 4? Okay, yeah, you've got level 4. And you're out. Okay. Don't? Well, hopefully you're not getting there. I think that can happen. That over time you can just develop lactose intolerance. Looks like I can go this way, but I guess I can't. Camera? No? Okay, it says there's 2 different ways out through here. Great hall of foul creatures. Let's go back the other way. The foul swamp. Jump. Oh, okay. That's blocked. So, what exactly is this firefly doing? So it doesn't leave during combat. There doesn't seem to be anything that tries to eat it. And we were seeing, well, maybe not just fine, but we could see in the previous rooms. Right, you go there. Light him up. Light this one up. And wind on you. Perfect. 15 MP. Nice. Good. Power crush. Wind. Well, even regular heals seems kind of pointless. Because it's not kidding about the slightly part. Oops, all barricade. Perfect.
Okay.
178. I guess it's better than 100. There we go. Shell. All aqua. How much does shell actually reduce the magic damage you take? I'm starting to think it might not be a lot. There, mini Zephyrs. Good. Perfect.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Everybody just go full bonk mode. Good. Bonk. 8. Oh, you don't even have a wing. Bonk. Because if we just keep hitting him, it's going to keep pushing his casting further and further back. Until we can actually kill him. No spell for you.
Leap before you look, I always say.
We got a Seed of Terror. Kaim has learned mental stability. Haha, joke. And anti-seal. Not even Flex Seal is going to keep him from springing a leak. Don't need that. Don't really need that. Light lens. Okay, you're working on that. You're working on that. Yeah, sure. Alright, back to the Hall of the Foul Creatures. There are going to be a lot of chickens. Ah, a foul creature!
Run! Run! They're gonna get us!
Do we need to run? Oh, I see all the eyes. I don't know. I don't really feel like they're gonna get us. I think we got plenty of time. Enough time that we can come and get this treasure. Scroll of dissection. What do you do? Cut down. Inflicts damage on enemy front row and reduces the Yes, actually that's good. Because if that's an ability that we can use to just like slash everything on the front row with physical damage, that's actually really good. I will take that. Alright, well, we escaped the foul creatures, I guess. Whoops. Oh. Back to the foul swamp somehow, but we got a power drink. Okay, so if you fall into the thing, or if you go into the deep water, your wisp disappears. Also, I think we took a little bit of damage going into the deep water. So we just now we finally know what it's for. Skill. Cut down. Or better yet, you know how this part works. Composite, all flare. And all barricade. And defend. Don't go for the back row, just hit the front. You know, the front that you do 0 damage to. Yep, keep defending, keep casting, defend, and defend. Oh, he threw a rock at us. It was a big rock. Yeah, that did very little, but it did clear the way. Now just start bashing him in the face so he never finishes casting that spell.
Leap before you look, I always say.
Mental stability, angel heart, anti-petrify. I kind of wish there was a little bit more variety in characters, because we've got Kaim, who is he's all fighter. We've got Seth, who is kind of fighter but also not really great mage. So in a way, she's almost like a bad red mage. But all she has is either attacks or nukes, and she's not great at either. And then we've got Ming and Sarah, who are mages. Jansen's a mage. Cook's a mage. Mac is also kind of a bad fighter. But he is a spirit mage. Maybe he's sort of also a bad red mage. I just feel like a little more variety. Can we have an archer or, you know, a thiefy guy whose thing is like, you know, backstabbery? I'm not sure how that would work in this. I do like how the thief type character works in Crystal Project, where they get big abilities against enemies that they have the lowest threat to. Ad break. No, we're just kind of backtracking again.
By fire and by blood, I join with thee in the
Seiru throwing down a Prime sub for 37 months. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the support. Enjoy the ads and the emote-free viewing. In fact, we actually are in the middle of an ad break right now, but you don't see it. Alright, we have caught up back to here. Am I going to have to fall down other holes to get more treasure? Where's the thing? What did I fall down here? I don't see anything. Oh, there's the hole. Okay. Be very, very, very careful. Be very, very careful. Oh! Or we can intentionally fall down holes. Kind of like the idea of intentionally falling down holes. Whee! Treasure? No treasure. Oh, I don't have my wisp. I guess if you fall down the hole, you lose your wisp. Heard none of what I said due to ads. Well, I said thank you for the support and the enjoy the ads and the emote-free viewing, which I guess you were enjoying. Good. Good man. Okay. Get a new wisp here. Oh, it's following me. There. Now it's on my shoulder. Let's go. I'm gonna guess if I walk past this, the wind will blow the wisp off. So we'll just go this way. What was the walk button? You have sad news. No D&D for 20 days. Why? What happened? Did you get suspended? Alright, that guy's in the back row. And I actually see him as more of a problem than the other guy. Okay, skill. Cut down is expensive. It costs 20? No. Okay, you don't have black, but you do have Shadow Man. Wait, how long does that spell take to cast? Is that going to go off next turn? No, at the end of this turn. Okay. Do that. We're just going to go down the line and flare all of the bats, or at least 3 of the bats. I don't think Time's getting his off this turn. Should be getting suspended for the amount of me being a menace. you have a dragon wormling now? Eee, fun! Your party now has a mascot. Alright, that spell sucks. Don't bother. You cast Flare on that one. And last time I tried to do a any kind of offensive magic against this... Wait. It didn't ask me who I wanted to target with it. It just kind of said, okay, yes sir. Paralyze. Paralyzes one enemy. It's not even asking me who. It's just, yep, okay. Casting. Do you not have control over who it hits? It's an ice dragon? Okay, it's an ice dragon, but silver? It would have to be a silver dragon, wouldn't it? Not a white dragon. White or silver? Yeah, but white dragons are evil, right? Which is why I say it has to be a silver. Perfect. Perfect. Bonk. Care Bear Stare. Paralyze. Miss. Why did I waste my MP? Let's go ahead and cure Petrify on Cook before she gets turned to rocks. Got ambushed by an ancient white dragon while we were level 3. We ran so freaking fast. Yeah, that's a fight you do not want to try to take on. Kaim has learned casting support, Seth has learned earth elemental resistance, and Cook has got level 5 white magic, so now we all need to learn that. Jansen is very far behind. Skill Link, Cook, White, White, and White. And as soon as they get that, then we need to bring Jansen back in so he can level up and everybody can get up to whatever the next black magic level is. Let's go this way. Oh, I did lose my little light guy after the fight. Okay. Oh, he's back. Okay. He was just chilling out over there. Yeah, we're not going that way. Just nice. We're going to slow RP walk so that we can see all of the pitfalls before we blunder into them. Or, alternatively, so we know where they are, and we can blunder into them. Don't like wisps, especially will-o'-the-wisps. I remember the ones in Pathfinder Kingmaker being a pain in the butt, because you fight them pretty early on before you actually have a way of dealing with them, and they murderate your party. That's a dead end. Is there another... I know I'll lose my wisp if I go that way. So, is there another wisp stone thingy around here somewhere? Ah, there's one over there. Okay. Goodbye, friend. I sacrificed my little light friend for treasure. Refresher. What did Refresher do? Alright, we had Refresh, I think. Yeah. Refresh. Slightly recovers HP of a row of party members. I'm guessing this is just better. Session 3, we had to fight Will-o'-the-Wisps, a hag, and a frost giant skeleton. Your DM just throws all kinds of bizarre creature choices at you, and I love it. Also Pit. All the way back here? Somehow every single room that we go through is directly above this one. No. Who's in the book for the fight? Not the DM's full choice. Oh, you're following a campaign. Okay. Flare. MP's looking a little low. You know, we can rest when we're dead. Wind! But the DM did learn why you picked a spell sniper, and he hates it. Because you can fire from downtown! He's on fire! Gonna need that barricade. Good. Wind. Not just that. When within melee range, you're no longer at a disadvantage. Oh, that too. So you're basically... You have mitigated one of the major problems with being a caster in D&D. Is the whole... Do they get attack of opportunity when you cast spells, or is that also eliminated? You no longer benefit from 2/3 and 3/4 cover. You know, a lot of the buffing spells that I use in Neverwinter, like Displacement was 50% cover, and Blur was, I think, 20%. So, yeah, pretty much the only way that they would benefit from cover against you is if they were completely behind a wall. Defend. 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 Perfect. Perfect. Just tear into him. Because we need to be We need to be bonking him with our sticks. Slow down his casting. Denied. Okay, here we go. We go this, defend, defend, and defend. Get your MP and HP back. Oh! Cook does not have the circlet. So she actually hasn't been benefiting from going into defense stance. Oops. Did I give that to Jansen? No. Mac? No. Who has that? Oh. Sarah has it. Well, she doesn't need it anymore. And she should have been learning other things. Like seal blocker. If you're a caster, that's a really good one to have. And I got heals. No attacks of opportunity were only whenever you move out of their range, not when casting a spell, unless they had a feat called Mage Slayer. Okay, okay. So in the D&D I'm familiar with, 3.5, casting spells in melee did provoke an attack of opportunity, unless you went into defensive casting, in which case you had to roll a concentration check, and if you botched it, then you just lose the spell. But it wouldn't provoke an attack of opportunity, at least. It's not in 5e or 5.5. That's probably a good thing, for at least for mages it is. Because it used to be also, if you were fighting a mage, you could just get right up in their face, and it's like, what you gonna do now, buddy? I think for the most part, mages would have a high enough concentration to be able to pass that check. When we were doing Neverwinter Nights 2, it never was a problem. Well, maybe not never. I think there was 1 or 2 times where we failed. Okay, we are back in this room. Let us not fall down another hole. It seems we only got shinies for doing it the one time. Camera, you want to keep up? Okay. Slow. Oh, that's interesting. Back away from it. Yeah, it looks solid. It looks solid until you walk up to it. And I'm guessing the wisp is what reveals that it is, in fact, a pit. So what is over this way? I wish I could go into a first-person view and look down that hall. With Warcaster, you can advantage on concentration checks for keeping spell concentration. Well, also concentration means something different in 5e. There's another one of those weird tablets. We've seen these before. Watching the ground, watching the ground. Yeah, we've seen these before. Ah! Don't interrupt me while I'm looking at things.
Looks like we have to fight.
Because in 3.5, concentration was a skill that mages had that if you start casting a spell, or if you are hit while you are casting a spell, then you have to roll a concentration check against, I think, the damage that you took as the DC. And if you botch it, then you lose the spell. Defend. Defend. Wait, composite. All flare. Defend and actually get some MP back this time. Yeah, now it's for spells that require concentration, which I'm not a huge fan of because, at least in Baldur's Gate 3, it seems like nearly every spell that I would want to use requires concentration, and that means that you can only have one of them at a time. And you guys saw how I was playing Neverwinter, where it was just like, alright, we've just rested, that means it's time to buff up for several minutes. Care Bear Stare! Keep casting, keep defending. Yeah, again, it didn't ask me who I wanted to cast that on. It just said, okay, Cure Petrified, gotcha. I guess it's just, it knows. But every other time I had to I wanted to cast a spell to cure something, it would ask me who you're targeting.
I'm okay.
Okay, well, as long as it goes to the right person. Alright, we be jammin'! No idea what that does. Good. Lots of spells in BG3 require concentration. It's quite annoying. Yes. Oh. Guys, I think this is a Marlboro. I don't even know what any of those are. Well, okay, I know what Ming has. That's poison. But like Seth and Cook, they've got little icons of like dancing things. Kime's got. Oh, I think the one Kime has is the Keelalon, which is an issue. I think we have that. Yeah, you just the spell. You cast it again, and it undoes it. Want to know what jamming does? Sure.
I spill my drink.
It's a water-based attack. Is jamming where everybody gets their musical instruments out and they just kind of just play? Slows down spellcasting of one enemy. Okay. It's not that big of a deal. Especially since this guy is like super resistant to magic. Seth is terrorized. Good. Right, one. Alright, no fear. You know, like the old t-shirts from the 90s, no fear. Damn it! Seth is not a child of the 90s. This poison is actually becoming a nuisance. Cook is fully recharged. It did not take that many turns. Alright, the only reason she had any black magic was because I gave her that ring, and now she has the circlet instead. Let's see how he likes poison. It's not going to work. Perfect. Miss. Bye, Ming. Thanks for coming. Oh, nope. Back row. Back row safety.
What a waste of time.
Kaim has learned cut down. For an enemy already resistant to magic, maybe it's just to like slow down casting of the different status cures, because boy was he throwing those out. Zephyr. There. Just use all of her MP. Alright, doesn't seem like I can do anything with this. Maybe it's a thing for later, even though it doesn't really do backtracking much.
No one gets in my way.
Okay. Defend. Defend. Deposit. Oops, all flare. You know what? We'll do the thing. Casting support. On Ming. Defend. Maybe she'll actually be able to finish the spell this turn.
Okay.
Casting support!
Dark power of
Nice. We're actually able to do it this turn. Bop. See, now Cook is basically just... She's out of the fight. She can't do anything else. Because she's in casting support mode, and her turn just never comes up again. I honestly don't think it's worth it. Like, is there some way I can break that and, like, turn it off? Say, okay, I'm done. You don't need to keep supporting me. This is Ninja Turtles for the NES, where April's always telling you, you have my support!
well, what did you expect?
What is with the encounter rate?
Let your guard down, eh?
I guess we did. We let our guard down, and that's why there's so many enemies now. Right. She doesn't have that. What can I have her do that would be helpful? Cover? Sure, we'll try that. Although she should probably use it on herself. So cover gives you an absorb shield. It's damage reduction. And fire on other bat. No, other bat. Bat. Perfect. Perfect. A mighty roar. Bat's dead. Other bat's dead. Who's the redhead with the glasses? That is my waifu. And actually is, yes. Is actually our main character's wife. That's my waifu! Wait. Yeah? Okay, yeah. Oh. Dude does not ask. It's because she's blind. I think that's what the swirly thingy is. Do we have a cure for that? Nope. I got a feeling the front row are going to be able to kill this guy, even if it's only Kine making the hit. You know what? Go in swinging. Why not? Perfect. What is it about redheads with redheads with glasses that's so attractive? Don't know, but I feel ya. Damage guard. Although, my interest in redheads may have something to do with Draken. Why's this guy not dying? Never seen Draken? I just streamed it not that long ago. It's a good game. So imagine a fantasy Tomb Raider where Lara Croft rides a dragon. That's Draken. Dang it, he still managed to get it off. Ow, my hit points. Oh, my IRL waifu. No, that would be Dracana. Okay, we got our level 5 white. Cook, you're out. Give me back that circlet. Jansen, you're in. You're a few levels behind. And heals. If I do this and this, that'll heal them up to full. Draken was fun AF on the PS2. That was the sequel, which is also, I think, a better game than the PC one, than the first one. Our healing situation is looking a little bit troubled. Okay, yeah. That place down there was... Wait. Nope, not a pit. That's a pit, though. Careful, careful. Damn it! I didn't notice that one. Oh, treasure! Okay. Soul medicine. Alright, time for another wisp. And another run through all these rooms again. This is some mighty padding. Wind! Either way, love the main character. Think your life of redhead comes from your first crush in first grade teacher's aide. This is Smucker. Aww, that's a cute name. No joke, my first grade teacher's name is Miss Spotted Bear. And I remember liking her class, but I don't really remember much about her. Went to her wedding, it was so sad. Aw. You thought she married a fat guy? You wanted to just go up and it's like, you could do so much better! Might need to throw a heal at Seth. She's getting kind of banged around. Oh, I didn't equip Jansen with the circlet. He needs that. Oh, wait. I remembered. I can do that right now. Circlet. There, done. I'm gonna try something stupid. Let's poison this guy in the thing in the back. And wind. Sure, wind. Rawr, stuff Nimrod. Perfect. Wind. Probably 42. Alright, poison! Miss.
Okay.
It's a good use of your MP in turns. Dang, that hurts. Zephyr. You know, you should also cast Zephyr. Everyone should be casting Zephyr. Good. You cast Zephyr. The party is cursed.
Okay. I'm okay.
Now what? Well, we got a lot of HP back, thanks to you. Oh, Jansen, he has been Keelalond. Time's paralyzed. Perfect. 3 MP, good. And nobody else did anything. Good, great. Time's still paralyzed. Hopefully he actually gets to do something this time. I have no idea what's wrong with Seth, what that little symbol swirly thingy is, but apparently I can't do anything. I think I might need to just go all out and nuke this guy into oblivion. So here are some rocks. And what if I cast Curse? It won't work, but what if I cast Curse? Use the Force. Okay, he did get to go. And he missed. Force! Okay, good. That fight needed to be over.
I did it! A perfect battle!
I did it! A perfect battle! Flawless victory. Alright, Sarah learned anti-seal probably from this.
I cast haste.
Well, you know what they say. Haste makes waste of your enemies. Keelalon. Okay, she does have relax. Oh, Sarah. Okay, she also has relax. Skill link, Jansen. Level 4, black magic. What about Jansen? No, you already got all that. I don't know what absorb transfer does. The explanation's a bit vague. What is my favorite snack recently? I find myself liking the little Nutri-Grain kind of fruit bars. Nutri-Grains are good. I get the strawberry and the apple cinnamon ones. Ryan Stuff 3. Dance, 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 dance. We had a dance earlier. We had a rave. And the enemies have been having raves with us with pretty colored lights. Fig Newtons are good too. Man, I haven't had one in a long time, but I remember liking them muchly. Ranch flavored club crackers. Muchly. It's a word. Well, you don't need to learn anything from Jansen. You're done with him. Am I also done with Jansen? Yep. Okay. What about Munchly? Munchly is what you do whenever you have your snacks. See? I am going to Munchly have... I'm going to have this Munchly. I'm going to like it muchly. You know how fig trees are pollinated? You should look it up. I do know, and I hate it. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, a wasp. That's a wasp in there. They are tasty. Okay. Slow. Pay attention for holes. The wisp will warn us. Do I need to heal? Redeem makes me happy. Dragon fruits are your favorite fruits. Zri, were you here when we played Glide? Or are you familiar with Glide the Dragon? Yeah, you were. You're familiar with it because you watched Salak. Slow. Do not fall down pits. There were no pits down this hallway.
I'll never get bored of dragon fruits.
Yay! I'm getting so many of these tonight. Aren't they magnificent? Reminds me, a friend shared me a link for some dragon fruit plushies. Oh, okay. That's kind of cute. Dragon fruits are neat looking. Okay, take it slow. There were a lot of pits through here. I can't tell if that's one. No, it's not. Oh, no, wait. I think that was the, that's the tablet thing. Look at all these pits. Yeah, it's a good thing we have our wisp and we don't need to get another one. Oh wait, that's the exit. Pan the camera. Watch for holes in the ground. Actually, which way is progress? Because there's an area transition over that-ish away, and then there's these other paths over here. And it doesn't seem like any of them lead immediately to dead ends. Yes, can I like, no, we can't expand the map out any further. Sent the link. Okay. Yeah, sure. Drop it in chat. We are all dragon fruit aficionados. I don't like when the camera does that. It just says, you can't see where you're going now. Ha ha. Wait. This is a one-way drop. He won't climb back up. Kind, you jerk. Slow. Watching for holes. There's a thing here. Blinding powder! That's what we came all this way for. Good. Alright, beat up the Zagan. You set the bug on fire. You set the other bug on... Nope. The other bug on fire. And you help with... Well, if you do this, that'll definitely finish him off. Good. Roar! Winda! Alright, everybody's saying these are super cute, so I'm gonna look too. Oh, right. I'd have to switch the, oh wait, no, I can just... Windows? Right. There it is. Oh, it's a dragon fruit dragon! Oh, that is super adorbs. I love it. I already have a, I have a dragon plushie from the, Roman Buffalo's Weighted Wildlife or Weighted Wonders line. And it's a black dragon with silvery stripes. Well, grayish stripes, but he's me! And so I felt like I needed to buy that. Alright, all bonks. Perfect. Also perfect. Fruit Dirt Enjoyer. Oop. I got distracted by the dirt fruits and the sticky notes and the ouch. Good. Okay, he's dead. And that means that everybody else is going to hit this guy. You need a pink wyvern plush someday for your pink wyvern Sona. I think the same people that made the dragon plushie I have do have a pink dragon, but it's a Western style, not a wyvern.
Waste of time.
Still sounds good. We'll check them out later. At the end of the stream, when I switch back to my main monitor, I can look it up. Well, I guess now we'll just take the steps down. So let's do this way then. Something at the end. Oh, I think that's just one of those lantern things. Drill lanterns. I would appreciate a save point. It's been a hot minute since we've had one. Aw, thanks, game. That also answers the question about which direction is progress. Hang on, there could still be pits. I wouldn't put it past the game to do that. Put a pit in front of the save point and it's like, haha, you fell for it. Literally. Oh, there's a treasure here too. Well, you know what? This is more important. There is no save, only Zool. Come on, just get around in front. Thank you. And open. It's just a seed. Alright, well. Let's see what that side path was. Now that we know that that was indeed a... Wait, what was this? Oh. A wisp dispenser matron nomadic. Oh, we just opened up a Dark Souls shortcut. The rocks vanished into a puff of magical smoke. Were they ever truly there in the first place? But that just takes us back down to the swamp room. You know, in case we ever really wanted to go back that way. You know what, we're going to save again. Just in case something terrible happens, we don't have to remember to go back and break those rocks again. Alright, how we doing on everything? Health could be a little better, but mana's looking great. I should have done this. Or no, this one. There. Goodbye, Wisp. Is this going to take us back down to the room of foul creatures? Yep. Oh, there was something here. A cure-all. Alright. Interesting dead end. Someone left a bunch of trash cans down here. Uh-oh. As we all know, whenever you bang something...
I hear something. There's something there. They're coming!
No way! Can't be serious!
Now this is more like it.
There's only one way out. We have to go through them.
So... do we, are we trying to avoid them? Oh, okay.
Let your guard down, eh?
I wasn't really sure what was going on, because it didn't seem like they were chasing you. They're just kind of running back and forth. Rough Eater. Earth element. So that would be wind. No, I don't have black equipped, so... just have all of them focus their wind spells on that one guy in the back, and maybe they'll be able to kill him. Wind! They're so derpy. I love them. It reminded me of the Guar and the Kagouti in Morrowind, where they're just like a pair of legs and a mouth. What is that? What is that purple and green thing? Also, can't help but notice that they did not kill that one in the back. These guys might actually be pretty tough. So here's how we do this. Oh, you don't have the super Allwinda. Alright, Jansen's just going to be picking his targets at random, but it's okay. They're all weak to wind. Good. That one's down. Perfect. Winda. I don't even know which one he was hitting. It's not poison, is it? What status ailments or status cures do I have? Kilo does the kilo. Smelling salts is for sleep. That cures seal. That cures petrify. Restores HP and MP of one party member. So soul medicine is an elixir. Good. Whatever it is that is affecting Sarah, I have no idea, and I don't have a cure for it. So, good luck, I guess. So, Durgy, Rar and Stuff Wrecker. Yep, you just keep casting that. Change of plans. Back it up. Big wind. Good. Alright, this last guy is super dead. I'm glad that she was able to finally get this spell off. You know, when there was only one guy left. Bit of a flaw with the multi-target composites. What if we kill them all? What if we wipe them out? All of them. Meow. Anything over here? Meow. Too slow. Oh, well, that was easy. What if I'm not done? What if I want to fight them?
I'm always ready.
Jansen's still a few levels behind the rest of the party. Power up. Gonna window. Washing the windows. Okay, Seth needs a heal. You know, it's not even worth it anymore. Just attack. Big heal on Seth, and also go ahead and give her Cure Poison. And you defend. Perfect. Stop picking on her. At least until I can heal.
Okay.
still got some kind of a gross. I cured the poison and it's just whatever. Here it is again. But it looks different, so I don't know if antidote will work on that. Back row defend. Get your MP back. Front row's got this. You guys defend, defend, and defend.
What did you expect?
Jansen's not really leveling up that fast. Okay, I'm out of gas. What about that one red one? Can I go find that guy? We'll just fight him and then leave. You. I guess we can't. Alright, fine. We'll just go. Whoop. Uh-oh. Wait. He's coming closer. He's coming closer. Hey. Let's go. You and me. Let's dance. Come on. I wonder, is it based on time? Like, the longer you spend here? No, he backed up. Excuse me. We're just leaving. Bye. We're not just leaving. Do we seriously have to fight them all? Back, fouled up! These are... This is the lair of foul creatures. But they are quite derpy. And I like that. What if we shield? Good. Also good. I need a few more perfects on time to rebuild his mana, though. Is that just plain poison? We can cure that. Attack that one. Actually, you should hit this one. You should finish this one. Jansen can heal himself. Perfect. Only good. And he missed anyways. That's not their tail. They are presenting to us. They are showing it off. Stop missing.
That was a close one.
Alright, Sarah's learned level 4 black. What about the rest of us? Oh, okay, just straight into another one.
This does not look good.
Yeah, it's the same look as we had last time. Just do the exact same routine. Winda? You know, I'm just gonna have you use Zephyr. No, you should use the shield. That worked out pretty well for us last time. There. Perfect. Only good. Two down. A little slow on that shield, but, well, magic is slower than punch in the face. Alright, we got a purple poison? I'm gonna assume that's toxic. Like those little bastards in Blight Town. You do not have Heala. Okay. Someone else is going to have to use that on you. Dang it, I keep hitting good. I need better than good. 6 MP isn't going to get me anything. I'm okay, she says while healing somebody else. It's the equivalent of whenever you're having you post about a technical problem you're having, and someone else says, I don't know, works fine for me. Thanks. That's no help at all. Your contribution is appreciated.
Got a lot to learn.
Damn it! Where are these guys coming from?
Well, they're just running up and down the aisles. Can I have a moment to heal, please?
Take down, but this is just getting ridiculous.
The leader has to be in there somewhere. That's the one we go for.
Yeah, it's the one with the red eyes that I was trying to pick a fight with, and it was just hanging back. Oh, it kicks us all the way back down here. Okay, fine. There. And you know what? We're also... No, we're not going to restore mana that way. But what if I go back to the save point? Okay, I think he is loose. The red one is loose. And he's coming. Come on. No. Too slow. Hey, you. Let's... Come on. I'm trying to pick a fight with him, and the game's like, no, the fight does not start until I bite you. Yeah. Rough servant. Okay, cannot power. So I guess just go in swinging. They are still earth element. Actually, I'm gonna have Jansen do the shield again. Perfect. Good. The game sounds like it has tsundere tendencies. It's not like I want to fight you or anything, Babaka. What? Uh-oh, they're getting even more excited now. Poison. Just keep unloading into them. Except for Jan, who ironically is our black mage, but I still kind of have him as our healer because both Sarah and Ming have higher magic powers, so they'll do more damage than our dedicated black mage would. Good. Oh, good. Even better. Perfect! Finally! 15 MP. Much better than 2. Pheromone! Rough Servant C is sent into a frenzy, and the other one is jealous. It's a good frenzy. Good job. Very frenzied. I can't control Kime anymore. And whatever that is, I can't cure it. Can't say I'm a big fan of that. We're seeing all these status elements and I have no answer for most of them. So it's like, well, I guess I just have to live with it. Perfect. No, you were supposed to focus, burn down the boss. Alright, well, good job. Are you also Earth Element? Yep, okay. Perfect. Yeah, cry. Remember what the ability was that it was used on them was called? It was a normal attack. Aw, cry about it. Alright, you defend, you defend. Actually, no, I should finish this. I should just end this. Sleep? Is it sleep? Is that what the black swirly thing is? Wait, no. Equip. Okay, yeah, that's poison. That's paralysis. Purple swirly is dizzy. Black and sparkly is blind. Looks like chains is seal, and we don't have items for the others. So, no idea. Yes, well, she doesn't have black. Poison. Yeah, okay. Blue swirly is sleep. So yeah, Jansen's just taking a little bit of a sleep. He is tired. He's had a long day of nuking mini critters, and needs a tiny sleep. I kind of wish the sleep icon was just Z's. That's understandable.
It appears I've still got a lot to learn.
Slot seed!
Hey! They're all running away!
Hey, if you want to defeat the body, just cut off the head.
I feel like I may have been a little irresponsible to bring our grandchildren on this adventure. Let's go back to that save point. Whoosh. Hell trap. It's because the room that's nothing but a bunch of invisible pits that you fall down is hell. Come on, you can run faster than that. Let's go. Is this anything? Anything we can explore? Any of this anything? It wasn't locked or anything. They just wanted to murder every single one of these creatures. I tried to poke that door once before, and it did nothing until we killed the leader of their pack. Ice Canyon? Well, we're going to the city of Saman. I am hoping for capitalism. We need some shops. We need to buy some circlets. We need to buy some rings. Merchant's Town, Saman. It's absolutely bustling. I especially like how everyone has purple glowy clouds around them. Something's not right with this town. Strange, come to think of it. Saman is a merchant town. It should be filled with people from Gotsa and all corners of the world. What is with that house? It looks like a face. It's so jolly. Will you stop that? Now I can't not see it as a face. Thanks a lot. Hey, are you folks travelers? I'm amazed you made it here. Didn't the monsters attack you? They sure did. Is there something going on? I'd say for a while now. Started about a year ago. We've been having all sorts of weird things happen in town. Furniture dancing around, children's toys causing havoc, and people starting to wander around aimlessly like zomblebees. We can't get any help from Gotza either. Whatever it is that's causing all this also sealed off the ice canyon path that connects us to Gotza. You're kidding me. We're in a rush to get to Gotza. Oh, don't look at me. The path is already dangerous, winding its way through the cracks in the glaciers. Now the entrance is blocked by these huge ice columns. The only way to Gotza now is by sea. But the only ship we have left that hasn't been sunk is a tiny boat. It isn't sturdy enough to make it anywhere near Gotza. I need a Lord of the Rings. I am Lord of the Onion Rings. I would like a serving of onion rings, please. Oh, let's volunteer to check out the West Sea. Looks like there's just one ship that's in good enough shape for us to use. Well, last time the West Sea lit up, all these monster fish with legs came out of the water. People think that something's causing all the abnormalities in the sea. We've seen those creatures back when we played Scald. They're not a problem. They're weak to fire, unfortunately for them. What? You expect me to say welcome or something? Look, just leave me alone and go die somewhere, okay? Welcome to the town of Saman. This place is a real blast. Let me tell you, enjoy your stay forever. I think this is an inn. How could this be happening? We can't sleep safely in our own city. Glad to see you made it safely. You'll be all right inside here. Hello? You done yet? I can understand if things are crowded right now with all the refugees, but do they really have to hog the bathrooms too? Oh, is this the bathroom? Can we just barge in? No, we cannot. Pot. A seed. Straight to the cabinet. 6 generators. Well, this inn definitely won't be needing them. This place doesn't even have electricity. Wait, what are these? Oh, I can't zoom in on these torch thingies. I want to see what kind of light they are. But the zoom button is kind of weird in this. It decides what it wants to focus on. And usually it is very fascinated by a wall. Sticky tape. Monsters appeared out of the ocean a little while ago, you know. Why did I ever decide to leave Numura? Ah, you're new in town, aren't you? Something about this mist is turning Saman upside down. Alright, back outside. We gotta find the shops. Hopefully the shop will be a little more, a little friendlier than this kid that told us to go die. There's a pit pot in the pot. Have seeds. $500. All he ever does is talk to that doll now. I'm afraid it might be cursed. Can't you see I'm occupied now? Stop bothering me. Darling, I love you so much. You are the one that I love most in this world. Creepy doll. Yep, we finally made it out of the caves. There was a pretty intense, well, not really intense, but a long fight at the end of it, where there's a whole bunch of creatures and we had to beat up a bunch of them before the boss creature would show up. Then we had to beat up the boss, and then all the rest just left. And we made it to a town that is haunted or something. You know, I should just look at the icons on the map. We're looking for shops. And here it is. It literally would have been the last building we check if I just systematically went door to door. Oh, and there's the ring guy. Are you looking for something? We have quite a selection. Have a look around. You do not have quite a selection. Your selection is actually pretty dumb. Oh, well, maybe not. Bind healer. Recovers all allies from formation paralysis. Formation paralysis? Redstone that recovers one party member from freeze. I don't know what formation paralysis is, but sure, we'll take it. Take a bunch of those. Lots of herb and bombs. This shop sucks. Where am I going to find another... Oh, wait, there's a second. Oh, wait, that's just the ring guy that's showing up here. My store has been rendered inoperable by the paranormal phenomena, so I've set up shop here. Oh, okay. It's not the ring guy. Hard spatha. No, just two. Elder baton. Bright Ankh. We have 4 people who use staves. And a power shell. Alright, what else we got? Over here, sword teachings, weapon guard. Occasionally guards from the enemy's attacks. Yep, we'll do that. Sorcerer earrings. Enables black and white up to level 4. Yep. Magic trial record. Composite up to level 2. Okay, yeah, we need that. Lionheart. Immunity to terror. Gold spirit band. Level 4 magic. Spirit magic. You know what? We don't need that because we have Mac. And then ring bits. Blood-sucking needle. Oh, we can get the things that do HP drain. Well, no, I don't want that because we have Osmos. We have the Osmos rings. Can I get the staff, please? Now you'll have to go to ZipRecruiter to find your own staff. Or Indeed, if you want to be amidst all of the other scams. Okay, that's all of them. I need a rod staff. Can I get a wand of fireballs, or otherwise known as a hot rod? Give me the sword teachings. And start learning that one. Oh, that's right. You had finished learning your thing a while ago. And you're into dizzy, sure. Wait, no. Composites up to level 2. You have the circlet, and it's fine. He didn't have another circlet for sale, did he? Dang it! Man, I wish I had more of those. I have nothing else I can learn from Cook. You got level 5 white. Wait, that's right. Those two were teamed up. Or they already had everything from Jansen, and that's who's in the party at the moment. Set Jansen. And Jansen does not have level 5 black yet. Dang. And we're not going to bother with steel. Steel is stupid. Yeah, take factual analysis. We need more people that have that. Okay, you got level 4 black white. Just status immunities. That old black magic. Yeah, you got nothing else you can learn from him. You got nothing else you can learn from him. Technically, you have nothing else to learn from him, but Jansen needs to stay in the party to catch up with us. Mac is also 1 level behind. How did I get cooped up in a place like this? Well, it's the only shop... Oh, okay. Welcome to the rest of the stream, everyone. Travelers, how are your shoes treating you? Oh, pardon me if I surprised you. I'm a shoemaker, you see, so I always worry about people's feet. It's not weird at all. There was once a legendary shoemaker, and the stories of his exploits enthralled me so much that I figured I'd become one myself. Yep. Kime's got a memory. A dream has been revealed. The dream. The Princess and the Cobbler. The story of Old Man Greo. Old Man Greo was known as the best shoemaker in the country. His shoes were light as a feather and tough as steel. They were also expensive, 3 times higher than anything else in the market. People who did not know his reputation were so shocked to hear what he charged that they would say, "The old man must be making shoes out of his own for his own amusement." Of course, this was not the case. He'd become a craftsman's apprentice at a tender age, and whenever he learned one master's skills, he would move on to more talented shoemakers. And before he knew it, he found himself making shoes for the grandchildren of his earliest customers. Greo was such a skilled craftsman, he could make any kind of shoe the customer ordered. He was best at, and most enjoyed making, thick-soled traveling shoes. All his customers agreed. Once you've traveled in Old Man Greo's shoes, you can't wear anybody else's. Once you've traveled a mile in his shoes, then you can say whatever the heck you want about him. Because you'll be a mile ahead of him, and you'll have his shoes. And some would say, you know what it's like to wear his shoes? You don't get tired the same way. You just want to keep walking. As long as and as far as you can. You almost hate to get where you're going. True craftsman that he was, though, Old Man Greo rarely talked to his customers. And he could be downright unfriendly. Complimented on his work, he wouldn't so much as smile. Instead, he would put another piece of tanned leather on his wooden shoe last and start hammering away. The only time the old fellow would crack even the slightest smile was when a customer visited his workshop to place an order. Not that he was ever thrilled to get an order. What he most enjoyed was when a customer brought him a pair of shoes that had outlived its usefulness. He would stare lovingly at the worn-down soles and the disintegrating uppers, and he would actually talk to them. "You've done some good traveling, I see." His regular customers would never dispose of their old shoes themselves, because they knew how much he enjoyed this. Neither would they do anything so foolish as to clean the shoes before handing them over to the old man. He wanted them straight off the road, covered in dirt, oil, and poop. "These fellows are my stand-ins," he would say, choosing an honored place for them in the storehouse. They take my place on the road, you know." "Poop? What else do you think ends up on shoes?" "They've done their job. I hate to throw them away just because they're no good anymore." Proud craftsman though he was, Old Man Greo never wore his own shoes. He couldn't have worn them even if he wanted to. His legs were gone from the knees down. A terrible illness had attacked his bones when he was very young, and the legs had been amputated to save his life. The old man had lived a long life in a wheelchair. He had never once left his native village. This is what he meant when he said that his shoes did the traveling for him. "Well, I haven't seen you for a while," Old Man Greo says without looking up from his work as Kime steps across the threshold. His back is towards the door, but he can tell from the sound of the footsteps when a regular customer has entered his shop. "You crossed the desert?" The old man tells him how worn down the shoes are and where they've been. Old Man Greo is a craftsman of the First Order from Star Wars. "It was a terrible trip," Kime says with a grim smile, settling on a chair in the corner of the shop. When Old Man Greo is in the final stages of shoemaking, almost nothing can make him stop work, as all his regular customers know. "Were my shoes any good on this one?" "They were great. I couldn't have done it with anyone else's." "That's good." The old man doesn't sound the least bit pleased, which is to be expected. Greo is especially curt when he is working. If Kime wants to see the old man smile, he'll have to wait a little while until he hands Greo his old shoes during a work break. "Here to order new ones?" "Uh-huh." "Where to this time?" "Up north, most likely." "Ocean? Mountains?" "Probably walking along the shore." "To fight?" "Probably." Old Man Greo signals his understanding with a quick nod. He says nothing for a while. The only sound in the workshop comes from Greo's wooden mallet. Kime is moved to hear it, like old times. He's ordered any number of shoes here. Could be 100, could be 1, even before the old man took over the shop. Kime is one of Old Man Greo's oldest customers. In other words, he's one of the few who have survived repeated journeys. Swinging his mallet and speaking in short snatches, the old man tells Kime about the deaths of some of his regular customers. Some fell ill and died on the road, others lost their lives in accidents, and not a few were killed in battle. It's hard when only the shoes come back. Kime nods in silence. "One young fellow died a few weeks ago. He was wearing the first pair of shoes I ever made for him. The soles were hardly worn at all." "Tell me about him." You know, you hear it all the time. Leaves his hometown, wants to live someplace exciting. Parents try to stop him, goes anyway. I'm surprised he could afford shoes from you. The parents bought them. Sad, isn't it? They give their little boy all this love and care, and he's barely out of childhood when he says he's going to leave home. They finally give up, decide to let him go. They figure they can at least give him a pair of shoes as a going-away present. Less than a month later, he comes back as a corpse. I don't know. Parents nowadays, they spoil their kids rotten. So damn stupid. Should make them walk on Legos. Uphill, both ways, through snow. Kime knows that the old man's feelings go deeper than that. Old man Greo is the kind of craftsman who would rush to make new shoes for the funeral of a sad young man who had breathed his last while his dream was only half finished. He would put them on the young man's feet in the coffin and pray that he'd be able to go all the way on his final journey. Greo falls silent again and wields his mallet. Kime notices how bent and shriveled the old man has become. He's known him a long, long time. Those days will be ending soon enough, Kime thinks with an ache in his chest. Old Greo finally reaches a point in his work where he can turn and face his customer. It's good to have you back, Kime. His face is covered with wrinkles. Kime realizes anew how old he's become. Where'd you say you were traveling? The desert. Right. I think you told me that before. Kime shakes his head. The old man seems to lose his powers of concentration when he isn't working, and his memory is shaky sometimes. Little by little, but unmistakably, old Greo is spending more and more time drifting in the space between dream and reality. People grow old and die. Truth of this all too obvious destiny strikes Kime with special force whenever he completes a long journey.
I love how they taste.
Shoes! Yum! Hum nom 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 nom. So you survived this one too, I see. Kime looks at him with a strange smile. Have you forgotten? I can't die. Oh, yeah, I guess I knew that. And I never get old. I look just like I did the first time you met me, don't I? The old man looks momentarily stunned. Oh, guess I knew that too, says, nodding uncertainly. Sure, and you were a kid then. You had just had that sickness and lost your legs and were crying all day long. That's right, I remember. You used to call me Big Brother Kime and play with my old shoes, do you remember? Yes, of course. Greo speaks with certainty now. Either the fog has cleared or the distant memory has come back with special clarity because it comes from so long ago. Crispy Lemur popping some popcorn, Dracana stealing it right away, as Durgs do. It has golden butter on it, so it is hoard. The soles were worn down, and there were holes here and there, and they had a sour stink of mud, sweat, and poop. To other people, they must have looked like plain old shoes ready for the garbage. To me, they were a treasure. I remember running my finger through the coat of road dust and poop that covered them and trying to imagine where they'd been. I enjoyed them so much. I really enjoyed them. Kime's shoes were what got old Greo started as a shoemaker. It was all thanks to you, Kime. If I hadn't met you, I would have spent my life cursing my fate. Instead, I've been happy. I'm happy now, even if I can't leave this workshop. My sons can travel for me. I've had a happy life. Oh my god, shoes! He pauses. Well now, you listen to me talking up a storm, Greo says with an embarrassed smile. He extends a thick hand to Kime. Alright now, give me my sons, he says, and Kime hands him the worn-out old shoes he's brought back with him. The old man strokes them fondly and says with a sigh, You've been through many a battle. I was a mercenary too, for a time. I know that, says Greo. I can smell the blood. All the shoes travel with you. All the shoes that travel with you are like this. Are you angry? Not at all. I'm just glad you came back from this latest trip in one piece. I'll be leaving again as soon as you make me new ones. Another one of those trips. To war? Uh-huh. And when that journey ends, you leave on another one? Probably. How can you keep it up? Kime's only answer is a grim smile. Forever. This was not a word to speak lightly in the presence of someone who's lived with what little time he has to the fullest. Ah, well, never mind, the old man says, turning his back to Kime to continue his work. Wait 3 days. You can leave the morning of the 4th day. That'll be fine. When will we meet next after that? 2 years, maybe? 3? Could be longer. Really? Well then, this could be the last pair of shoes I ever make for you. Kime believes it will be. The old man is not likely to last 3 more years. Kime fervently wishes it were not so, but wishing by itself can do nothing. Only those who possess eternal life know that this is precisely why the time a person lives is so irreplaceably precious. Say, Kime, what's that? Mind if I make a second pair of shoes out of the same piece of leather to match new ones? It'll be for himself, he explains, to be placed in his coffin for his life's final journey. I'd like that, answers Kime. The old man swings his mallet instead of thanking him. Sound is far sadder and lonelier than usual. Come to think of it, though, Kime, be sure to come back to this town even after I'm dead. Offer up your old shoes at my grave. He makes shoes by bonking leather. Yep, he's got the hammer. He's got a block of wood. He sticks some leather over there. He bangs some nails into it and says, "Here's your shoes." And you put your foot in there. It's like, "Ow, there's a nail in here." I'd like to say I'll be going to heaven a step ahead of you and waiting for you there, but in your case, it doesn't work. No, unfortunately. What's it like? An endless journey. Happy? Unhappy? Probably unhappy, Kime replies. But his voice is drowned out in the rising sound of Greo's mallet until it's lost even to his own ears. Old man Greo reaches the end of his full span of years soon after Kime's visit to his shop. Because Greo had no family, his grave in the cemetery at the edge of town was cared for by his many sons. In accordance with his wishes, his regular customers offered up their old shoes at his grave. Kime's shoes were among them. The words inscribed on his gravestone were chosen by Greo himself. He explained his choice to Kime this way. I would say the words to each new pair of shoes before I handed them to the customer. I always said them to the customer, too. Never once had the experience, though, of hearing someone say the words to me. That's why I want them on my gravestone. These are the words I want to be seen off with on my journey to heaven. Several decades flow by. Not only old man Greo, but all the customers who knew him have long since departed the world. The only one who still comes to pay him respects is Kime. He no longer wears the shoes that were crafted by the old man. Like the life of man, the life of a pair of shoes cannot be eternal. Still, Kime comes to the town at the beginning of every journey, touching his forehead to the ground of the old man's grave. The gravestone is covered with moss, but the words engraved on it, strangely enough, are still clearly legible. May your journey be a good one. These were the words the old man always spoke. Coming from his mouth, they could be brusque, but they were always charged with feeling. The end. And you know what? That's probably a good place to end it for the night. Because those stories take so long that now if we start the next story beat, it'll probably go long. It might be a little while before we see another save point. Where did I... Speaking of save points... There wasn't one in the inn. Boops a snoot. Bloop. That's because the save point's over here. Boop that snoop. You've heard of shoop the whoop. Now it's boop the snoop. Woof. Alright, there was something I was going to look up on my main monitor and I don't remember what it was. It's pie noon. Just straight for the face.
Yes, dragon fruits.
But nom 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 nom. Boopin' de snootin'. But wow. So I think it just seems like this is how the game's gonna progress. Hang on, there I can kind of see out the side.
I spill my drink.
This is how the game's gonna progress. We get about 1 dungeon a day. Fooda, fooda. And it also seems like this is a lot of filler content. Because we got we're just on our way to get a boat from Gotha, and we've been distracted by a haunted house, and now a haunted cave. A haunted house, a haunted cave, and now a haunted town. It's just... I hope they're going somewhere with it. Because otherwise it just seems like the game is just saying, okay, we're halting the story so that we can do this other stuff and just kind of spin your wheels for a little while. You know, we get your level up a little bit more. See, when I remember games like Chrono Trigger, it's one of the best paced RPGs of all time, and everything you do in that game is toward the end goal of defeating Lavos. There's not a great amount of filler to be had. So it's a nicely focused game, and I like that. Heck, even the side quests in it were not the usual "go forth and fetch me 15 troll butts." They were related to the different characters in your party. It was like they had personal interest in each one of them. Chrono Trigger is a great game, guys. You should play it if you haven't. Sebi is streaming? Yeah, that's right. We need to find somebody to raid because Traken is not streaming tonight or on Friday because he is adventuring elsewhere. Which game? Chrono Trigger, Super Nintendo. One of the greatest RPGs ever made. Highly recommended if you have not played it.